Okay. Greetings. I'm glad to see so many of you here today marching and rallying in support of Palestine. But marching and rallying is not enough. It's not enough to hold a placard, post on social media, or make nice speeches. The people of Palestine need us to do more. Yes, another ceasefire was recently announced, and we really hope, for the sake of all our sisters and brothers in Palestine who've been suffering so much for so long, that this ceasefire lasts. But we cannot have peace without justice. And real justice for the Palestinians means an end to the Zionist occupation of Palestinian lands and an end to Israelis' apartheid practices which violate international law and deny Palestinians their fundamental human rights. Real justice also means holding Israel accountable, Israel and their supporters, let me add, for their crimes against humanity, genocide, and their war crimes, which they have perpetrated against the people of Palestine for decades. I know some of you might be thinking, what can I do? I'm just one person. Guyana is just a small country. We don't have that much power. Well, I'm here to say that's absolutely not true. I am part of BDS Guyana, which stands for Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions. This is a global movement that was started by the Palestinian activists 20 years ago who were inspired by the fight against apartheid South Africa. BDS worked to help apartheid in South Africa, and it's working now to end the occupation of Palestine. BDS is the way that ordinary people can play a real part in holding Israel accountable. We all have power. Every time we spend money, we are exerting power as consumers, and this capitalist system cannot function without us. So that is how each and every one of us can hold Israel accountable. We can say no to business with genociders. Stop buying products made in Israel. And if you don't know which products that are, there are ways to find out. There are two apps. One is called No Thanks and one is called Boycott. You download them and use them when you go in the supermarket. You scan the barcodes and they will tell you if that product is on the boycott list. Okay? It's a long list of products. Some are very hard to avoid. There are also some businesses and companies right here in Guyana. Companies that we know and love. DDL and ENET are two that we're highlighting. Unfortunately, these companies have known ties to Zionist Israeli companies. And we're calling for a boycott of these companies. Again, not because we hate them. In fact, we love and support all things local. But we don't want to do business with genociders. And once these companies cut their ties with these Zionist companies, we'll end our boycotts. All over the world, BDS has delivered tangible blows against the Israeli economy and changed how Israeli businesses have had to work. BDS is effective. Real solidarity with Palestinians means making Israel a pariah state. There must be consequences when you commit genocide and ethnic cleansing. The very least we can do is not give our monies to companies that partner with Israel. Real support with Israel, real support for Palestine also means not playing sports with their teams, not going to their universities, and not having their representatives come and visit, speak, teach, and work among us. It also means cutting all diplomatic relations with Israel. Okay? This is not hard to do if you really want to do it. All it takes is one phone call and the stroke of a pen. In fact, 12 countries have already done this in the last 2 years, including our very old neighbor, Brazil. Right? We would be so proud, wouldn't we, if we saw Guyana's name on that list of countries, on the right side of history. So that's why BDS Guyana is calling on our government, as well as the rest of CARICOM, to immediately sever all diplomatic ties with Israel. We mustn't just talk the talk and make nice speeches. We need to do more and take meaningful action to hold Israel accountable. Again, there must be consequences when international law is violated. We cannot turn a blind eye. The tens of thousands of Palestinian children, women, and men who have been tortured, starved, maimed, massacred deserve justice. BDS helped end apartheid in South Africa, and it is going to help end apartheid and the Zionist occupation of Palestine. BDS is the way to actively show support to Palestine. For more information, we have an Instagram page, BDS Guyana. You can also email us at bdsguyana@gmail.com. From the river to the sea, we'll be free.